This podcast contains swearing and spoilers. Melikilikimaka.
Oh, come all ye faithful, and welcome to the Book of Noel, our little offshoot from Book of Nowt podcast that's usually hosted by myself, Deeney, and my brother Conal. But we've got two friends with us, and jolly, great, merry, festive friends they are. We've got Lizzy Denning and Sazzie Kluvitse. Hi, guys.
Hello, hello.
How are your Christmases so far?
Delightful.
Have they been ruined yet by all the terrible films we've been watching?
No, because wine helps.
Hooray!
Hooray!
So we're going to be watching these 4 films in the next few episodes. Please watch them before so you can join in the ridiculous analysis of all of them. This one is going to be The Christmas Break-In. You probably haven't heard of it because it's appalling. This is the worst one, but we're gonna dissect that a little bit more. So we're gonna have a quick synopsis from Lizzy here. She's just gonna tell you what it's all about. The floor is yours.
I should issue some kind of apology because I suggested it. I did suggest it because I knew it would be bad. So that's the disclaimer.
Boy, were you right.
Oh, so on the money.
Well, boys and girls, it's that time once again.
Hey, Izzy, did you get your guitar yet?
This afternoon.
So, yeah, it's about Izzy, who's a pain in the ass 9-year-old. But she does come from a family who can only communicate by writing on one another. So it's probably not entirely her fault. Her awful parents forget to pick her up from school, which isn't made clear, but I imagine they do a lot because it's not a new day of term. And then she gets snowed in, which would be quite a laugh, except for some reason burglars in an ice cream van are also stuck there. Equally inexplicably, they also kidnap the janitor, who is Danny Glover, and his dog, and it's up to Izzy to save the day. Much hilarity ensues.
Yeah, that was really good, except for that last line. Conal, have you got a little synopsis for us?
I have.
Do it.
Synopsis.
It's quite a biggie, actually.
Here we go.
Yeah. There's this spoiled little 9-year-old girl who really wants an electric guitar for Christmas because her best mate, a 75-year-old ex-con janitor from Lethal Weapon, tells her she wants it. Unfortunately for her, her parents are absolutely fucking useless and need reminding of their daughter's existence at all times. She even has to tattoo their heads with like words to remind them of things because they're thick as fuck. She goes to school and can't stop thinking about the guitar. Yeah, she cannot stop. She wants it. She wants it bad. And she waits until she's meant to be getting picked up. She doesn't get picked up. Danny Glover notices that she hasn't been picked up and leaves her there anyway. Meanwhile, three gormless twats are in the film and are going to ruin your night because they're the worst thing to happen to films, yes, ever. One is a psychopath ringleader who is desperate to be in Acapulco. She cannot stop talking about Acapulco. One is a tough guy who's scared of ghosts. And the third is a dim-witted big lad who has a heart of gold. He's a lovely chap.
Still goes to prison, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Send him to prison. They rob a Salvation Army shop and come away with gold coins of all things in a big bag.
They don't have notes in those bags.
Swag.
Run away with about 200 quid.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me we were stealing loose change. It all spends the same.
Obviously, the next step in story writing is that these guys need to take refuge in a school because they're on the lam and they're in an ice cream van and everyone knows who they are. Yeah, so obviously next step, jump into a school and the girl's inside the school and the baddies have broken in, and rather than just hiding, these baddies make it their mission to conquer the school and capture everyone in it rather than just keeping quiet. So Danny Glover comes back looking for this kid after he's run his errands or whatever. He's like, "Oh, where are you?" And she's nowhere to be seen. And they catch him and they tie him up, and it's a load of shite out. I hated this film. Yeah, it's something about Acapulco. The parents run around like blue-ass flies trying to get back to the school to pick this girl up. And rather than walking down the road, they will take any other mode of transport, anything. They are desperate to get a mode of transport. They waste about 2 hours in a barn trying to get a sledge working. Like, oh, let's get the sleigh going. What? Walk to the fucking school. Your daughter's been deserted. No, I don't want to walk. Let's steal that skidoo. 10,000 quid, them things. And he just goes, yeah, we'll take this. We'll take this now.
Conal, it's worse when they do the same with a horse.
Yeah.
Have you got a kid I could take as well?
So these people are like, oh, you shouldn't be robbing from Salvation Army at Christmas. That's really bad. Stealing from the poor at Christmas. That's really bad. Well, the parents are off nicking everything in a farm. Just let's have that and that and that and that and that. I can't be asked walking. Let's steal it all.
Oh, man. What do you think? We can just jingle all the way there.
Have you ever ridden a sleigh?
Oh, come on, honey. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh.
There's a bit with a Santa Claus guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Santa Claus guy.
Yeah. And he's just an old man. He's not even got a long beard. He's not even wearing red. He's just an old man. Long story short, the girl does loads of Home Alone montages and wins the baddies and everything's fine. And the family invite Danny Glover over for Christmas because his wife's dead. But they must have insisted that he leaves his dog at home on its own on Christmas Day. I bet they said something like, sorry, Danny, we're cat people. He's only got a dog. That's his only thing in his life. Sorry, Danny, you can't bring it. We're cat people. There's not a lot to go on in this film. There's not been any editing, no second takes, very little writing by a man called Spanky. His nickname is Spanky, and he writes this in the credits. Nice one, Spanky. You've done a fucking injustice. At the end, she gets an amp from a brother and a guitar case from a fucking lazy mum and dad, which made me question, why have you bought just a guitar case? If you were in the guitar shop, buy a fucking guitar while you're there. But then I thought, maybe there's two separate shops where they live. Like, I'm just nipping down the guitar case shop to get a guitar case. That's the only way that could have happened.
So what you're putting in this then? I don't matter. Don't worry about it.
No,
You're not going to a guitar shop, are you?
Yeah, so that's it.
It's for gold coins, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that film before then, Conal, because I want to throw this up to everyone. If I said to you lot the words Christmas and breaking, what springs to mind? What film maybe might spring to mind? Christmas and breaking.
I mean, it's basically the articulate clue that you would give for Home Alone, isn't it?
Exactly.
If you were playing articulate, that's what you'd do.
If they think their weird tree holds a candle to the wet bandits from Home Alone, I mean, they've got a thing coming. It's like ice cream truck bandits. That's what they're seriously called. Ice cream truck bandits. The nerve.
Well, I knew nothing about this film going in. So I went in thinking that it was a more adult movie. And I was like, maybe this will be quite good. I don't know. I don't know anything about
adult
it.
Movie, you mean?
Yeah, not porn, Joe. Come on. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. Just like, more like a Will Ferrell kind of level. Yeah. Is it Will Ferrell? Will Ferrell? Ferrell. It's a nice word. It's a nice word. Yeah, so when the slapstick shit started happening, like, I'm out. Fucking hell. What? Rico, what are you doing, man?
It was about 2 seconds in, and then
it didn't take long for me to realize, it's shit.
I mean, I would say that it is better by quite a way than Bone Alone, which is a film I own, which was £2 in Asda and has a dog on the front doing the Macaulay scream, and that is worse. Like a lot.
Bone Alone.
A lot of that is reliant on.
Now that does sound like an adult film.
Dog fart humor is the main component of Bone Alone.
I mean, she does realise she's alone in this school and runs around the empty school doing all the home alone and even goes, ah!
I think as well, like as a Home Alone stan, I find it upsetting because like it's like when you see, you know, when you see a dog that's been taught to dance. And you're like, okay, yeah, it gets the beats, but it doesn't know why. And I feel like that, like the point of Home Alone is, yeah, okay, it's capers, but it's a boy who has one feeling at the beginning and then events happen and his feeling changes. And the same for the mother. In fact, they all go on some sort of feeling-based journey. Whereas this one, I actually think my pet theory is that the main character is Ned, the burglar, because he's the only one that has any character development. Like the little girl's awful and wants a guitar, and she ends it awful and wants a guitar. The parents are terrible, awful, negligent parents who should be reported and learn nothing because clearly they do this all the time. Like no one learns.
It's not a new thing.
But when they met Father Christmas in the post van, they did have like a really stilted conversation about how we do this all the time. We forget her stuff all the time.
Are we terrible parents?
In Home Alone, it's all manic because they're late to get in the van. The electrics have gone out. Kevin's upstairs asleep, and they've forgotten because there's lots of kids running around. Could easily be done. Everyone's in a panic.
And they count the wrong head, don't they?
Yeah, they count
the wrong head.
There's a reason why.
Yeah.
But in this one, they're just at work. I was just at work. But you pick your kid up every day. Yeah.
And again, they both have mobile phones. Like you can put an alarm on to say, "Don't forget your effing kid." I've got one that says, "Brush your teeth every night."
Like
just so that I wish that was why. I wish it was. It was like Memento. It's more like because if I don't do it, then I'll stay up until 3 a.m. watching terrible Christmas films for no reason. So I have to remind myself to go to bed. But if I can do that, you literally pushed this child out of your vagina, Denise Richards. How have you forgotten that? She exists all the time.
In the defense of Denise Richards and the man, the kid is a precocious little shit, and I would not want anything to do with it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't forget that she existed.
I won't forget it, but I might leave her on purpose to teach her a lesson. She wants picking up, does she? Yeah, well, she's a twat, should she?
She's not learned. We'll give her an empty case and see if that helps.
We'll give her an empty case with a note inside saying, "We don't want you. Merry Christmas. We don't want you.
You're
living with Danny Glover."
Give her a guitar case. She's going to think it's a guitar, but instead all her bag, all her like clothes and books and stuff are packed into it.
Is this?
I know the empty case isn't much now, but that guitar is going to look great in it.
Oh yeah, I took note of all the people who were involved in its names that pissed me off. So I've got a list, right? It starts with Katrina Begin. That I don't know why that pissed me off, but it fucking did. Katrina Begin. Oh dear. Jake Van Wagoner really got under my skin. Van Wagoner. Are you joking? Douglas Spain. Douglas Spain. Yeah, but it's annoying. You must understand that that's annoying to me. Dawson Elk, but spelled EHLKE. Elk, like a wheezy elk. And then, obviously, Dustin Spanky Ward as the writer got on my nerves as well. Dickhead.
Oh, that is bad.
And then the lead actress's name is Cameron Seeley.
Cameron Seeley. Sounds like a Scotland goalkeeper. I like it just makes me laugh that this genre of film, that kind of Christmas break-in, it's literally the genre, isn't it? They're clearly, well, I don't know, but it's kind of based on that. Have you seen that like really dark 70s film Straw Dogs with Dustin Hoffman? Where they break in that house in Cornwall and it's a nightmare and it's hateful and it's kind of a little bit rapey and weird and horrible and miserable. Someone watched that in the late 80s and thought, this would make a cracking kids' Christmas film.
Yeah.
Into it.
Yeah, and they were right. And look at how, you know, the people in our 40s are obsessed with flipping Home
Did
Alone.
I show you my Lego?
Yeah.
Well, we did get to see former Bond girl Denise Richards strapped to a sled of goats. It's not something I thought I'd see in my lifetime.
No, it is really a who's who of what? Did you have some kind of legal trouble of Hollywood casting?
Yeah, what, the
Like,
taxman's after you.
Did you get divorced? What's happened?
Honey, we're working.
So what?
Both
That's
of
not an
us are
excuse.
working.
So you mentioned Rico. Rico's like the muscle of the trio of your burglars. So instead of the two from Home Alone, you've got three in this case. You've got the mean one, who's the woman, I can't remember her name. You've got the
Barbie.
dumb one, who's, what's her name?
Barbie.
Barbie, yeah, a blonde character called Barbie. How do they come up with this stuff? The
Spanky, mate. He's got a lot to answer for that twat.
What was your dumb one called?
Ned.
And then you got Rico, who's kind of the muscle.
But he's about 5'7".
Yeah, and 6 stone wet through.
And Ned keeps beating him up by mistake. Like, oh, sorry, have I beat you up again?
There's zero threat from these three.
Yeah.
It's like, and the kid, her idea to get one up on one of the burglars, Rico, is to wear a skull mask and hope for the best. It turns out that he's frightened into some kind of apoplexy. But I mean, I think that he keeled over like the scaredy cat he was. That's 1,000 to 1 shot.
Yeah.
Any other day of the week, she's brown bread. He's murdering her on the spot. He has got 165 pounds in 6 bags. He's not going to let an opportunity like that go to waste.
Any parent, when he said, "Oh, it's Gloria, you should have her," would say, "No.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh,
correct,
so lovely."
Yeah. Say, Danny
Oh,
Glover,
for
you've had
Noel
an
too.
eggnog. You're talking bollocks. Just calm down. We've all had a drink. Stop giving away the most valuable things in your fucking life. You're a janitor.
Yeah. Stick it in garage with the sleigh and the skidoo and whatever else we've nicked.
And the drone.
And the drones.
Oh, the drone.
The drones.
All right, here we go. It works.
I love that he walked into the cellar at that place with a box with drone stuff written on it. That was one of my favourite bits of the whole film. Drone stuff. He's flying drones classed as a date these days for kids. Like,
And there were about 6 kids there.
Yeah. That looked like the shittest party I've ever seen.
The
Just
upper
standing
body
around.
strength
Cruisers.
required to hang from a drone for like 2 miles.
And also, none of the kids followed him. So the drone were getting further and further away. They're controlling the drones. How wouldn't they just gone out of range? Like, what was...
Presumably, then he droned his way to the guitar shop to buy an amp afterwards. Droned back with it again. Like, how did he get the amp?
Yeah, I've got to get an amp because my sister's getting a guitar from the guy from The Colour Purple. So, you know, with the Joneses. Yeah.
He said, "I'm too old for this shit. I'm going to give you this guitar."
Oh, man, holding that guitar brings back a whole lot of memories.
Why
is Santa in it?
Exactly.
Well,
He
there's
has
no payoff for
narrative.
him.
But, yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
He doesn't even give her any fucking presents.
He just goes, "I think your daughter will be okay," and then that's it.
When you're dead.
You know, the son in this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How old do you think he was? Because he looked
At
about
first, I
31.
thought that first scene with him where he's bullying her, I thought, why is that fucking man having a go at that child?
Hey, look here, world. Izzy's getting personal with her guitar poster. Again.
Why is a 40-odd-year-old man saying to a kid, "You're a twat"? I can't remember. I didn't pay a lot of attention to this film, so I don't remember the details. But I remember him being horrible to her, and I thought, that's not on, sir.
I don't know why he's in it at all, really. He doesn't.
I did like the bollocking he gave his parents, though. That was well called for. They needed to hear that. And I don't think they really listened. They kind of washed over it, like, whatever. You've left her at school again. Whatever. It's only your sister. She's a dick. Have you not met her? I think Denise Richards took the role and said, I'll do it, but I'm going to improvise every single line. Because that's how she delivers it.
We did it again! No! Yes!
There's a bloopers reel at the end.
The cheeky sods. The cheeky bastard.
She doesn't redeem herself like by being a nice little child in real life, because she's possibly worse in the blooper reel.
I think I got as far as her. I think I got as far as her saying, "This one's for Tim Allen." Oh, and I was like, "This is what is this?" Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
I like that Rico, or the actor who plays Rico, was corpsing loads. Like, what are you laughing at?
He seemed all right. I reckon he'd be all right. I'd like to go for a pint with that kind of guy.
If we had a fifth person on the Book of Noel, it'd be Rico's face right in the middle of the square. Yeah. Nice one. So tell us what it was like. Was the parts of the script that made you feel angry? Because it certainly made me feel angry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all of it. The plot made no sense and no one developed, and I guess I feel sorry for Spanky, because I do know script writers, and he was probably given like 2 days, and then he was like, oh, I've written this bit that explains the characters, and someone at the studio went, nah, boring. No, what about if there was a dog? We'll put a dog in that bit. Yeah, I mean, it was bad. I think actually more offensive than the script, I found the incidental music, which I think was relentlessly plinky. Just constantly like telling me how to feel in lieu of actual events eliciting an emotion from me. This one and Christmas Land were the worst for the incidental music. Like it's almost giving me like a tick. Like I can't.
This is your Vietnam. Your PTSD. I mean, there was some lines in it like, he was dropped on his head when he was a baby. That's weak. That's really like something your uncle says. It's
and
really
also
bollocks.
who wasn't dropped on the head, baby. Like, wasn't.
Do you want to elucidate a little bit?
No.
Sazzie's ashes. They make a knot joke in it.
It's a good knot as well. Not cash back. There's a montage and she's playing a guitar on the stage at school, and you can't hear it, but you can quite clearly see that little girl can't play a guitar. The best bit for me, I think, was probably the snow.
Yeah,
because that looked really real, and you don't often see real snow in things these days. It's always like mashed potatoes and stuff.
We're going to get to the holiday when Cameron Diaz is walking down the street in the holiday. It looks like whipped cream. Yeah.
My second best bit was when the horse kicked the dad up the arse. Lovely stuff.
Easy girl.
I wouldn't stand right behind her.
Your chariot awaits.
And he was just fine. He's like, she went, "Oh, you all right?" And he went, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, his spine's compacted.
It's like, and she complains about, oh, it's going to be video day because it's not. Who didn't love video day as a kid? You know, like last day's term.
Last
and you
day, innit?
I don't know, Fools and Horses on or something.
Liar, liar.
Liar, liar. Yeah, that was always on.
I've seen that about 100 times.
I'm just going to play Everlong with the guy from Predator 2. Fuck off.
Yeah, but I guess for her, every day she goes to school, she's risking living at school for the rest of her life. Like, it's not like us where we were like, someone will be here for me. What I couldn't work out was the wealth of the family, because like presumably very high paid people, both of them, like they're very busy. Maybe they're just busy in not very well paid jobs, but like, why can't they afford a full price guitar? Like,
why did she have to go to the extra special once in a lifetime half off guitar sale?
And they missed the sale, and they're like, well, I guess hope you're still into it next year.
Oh, we missed the sale, but somehow, as you said, we've got you a guitar case from somewhere.
Did you not sell the snowmobile and the horse that you've just nicked, you tie-ass bastard?
And then, like, how much pocket money does the adult man child get because he just buys an amp casually. Like, is that something? I don't have siblings, but I don't imagine they would buy me an amp.
And he's got a box full of drone stuff.
And he had a new car.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like me when I was at school with my new car that was a Kia Pride from 20 years ago. It was like a Mustang or something pretty
Prius,
sweet.
Yeah, and actually Denise Richards says, oh, your brother didn't pay for any of his car, but you've been really great because you've saved up for your guitar. And I'm like, she's paying for her own guitar. Like, literally all you have to do is make sure she doesn't get abducted by an ex-con.
Yeah.
Escort to the guitar shop and home again.
How do you spin the Santa Claus myth when your kid is paying for her present?
Yeah.
If you're lucky, Santa will give you it, but am I paying for it?
Yeah.
Why have they bought
But
this
only if we make
car?
Only if we
full
make it
car.
to the sale, were you going to say? Go on, say what you're saying, Conal.
They've bought the son a full car, like an expensive full car. There's no car out there that is cheaper than a guitar.
Conal, but they bought it in 1986 for him, so
All
it's
right.
cheaper back then.
Yeah.
Maybe a different janitor gave him the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mel Gibson when he used to be the janitor there.
Nice car you got there. Do you want to come round for a Christmas dinner? Oh. We bought her a Jack. No cars here though. Lean Christmas.
I couldn't tell if the biggest star as a janitor was interesting, you know, like your biggest star, you're casting him as a janitor, or having the only black cast member as a janitor was a bit weird. And I couldn't tell which one was. It's a really QAnon film, I think, this one. It's got a real like dickhead vibe to it all.
If you're casting Danny Glover in this film, what else could he do?
Yeah.
Like,
you want him as a janitor or a criminal?
But we don't see any of them.
He could be just that history teacher who loves his blues. Instead, I'm an ex-con who's got a minimum wage job.
I'm not saying I agree, and I'm saying that's how it should be. I'm just saying that there's so little going on, and there's so it's so shallow. There's nothing else that you could get Danny Glover to do in the film that exists. But you are correct; it is weird to have the only black character be an ex-con blues musician.
Especially when there was no plot reason for. Well, I guess the blues thing made sense because of the guitar, but like he didn't need to be an ex-con. Like I don't know why.
Not at all.
I thought that there would be some payoff for that.
No, of course not.
Well, doesn't he say?
We just love prison, Lizzy. We just love prison.
It's like Centre Parks. But it's. When he said to Ned at the end, it kind of gives him some tips for going inside, like make friends with Mr. Big.
What you need to do is go up to the biggest fucking guy on the first day, punch him right in the face.
Oh, Ned, he will be the biggest guy when he gets in there.
Punch himself. Brilliant. Everyone leave him alone because they'll think he's tapped.
Yeah, hang on. Did you know Rico? It's amazing. Lizzy, thank you so much. This was a great guest.
Do you want me to lend you Bone Alone? You know what the real con with Bone Alone is? The dog on the front doing Macaulay Culkin's scared face isn't Bone. Bone is a different dog.
Wait, the dog's
called Bone.
Yeah, the dog is called Bone, but not that dog.
Superb. We do hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. You probably didn't enjoy it as much as we did because I'm bored of laughing now. But yeah, we've got just 3 more to do with these, and we really love it if you joined us for all those. We hope you're enjoying them. If so, let us know through all the necessary channels. You could get in contact with us at show@bookofnowt.com. Yeah, apart from that, very little to say. To say goodbye and thank you, everyone.
Goodbye.
And thank you.
Ta-ra.
Wasn't it? Yeah, so I've all I've got to say, apart from like, share, and subscribe and all that nonsense, is Merry Christmas, not.
Yeah.